Ooh, what is this? What is this? Have you ever seen something like this before? Well, it's called a pawn. A pawn. It's just a pawn. A pawn. Okay, a pawn is the least valuable piece in chess. It's the least valuable piece, okay? Look at all these pieces in the front. Those are pawns. The pawns are in front of the more valuable pieces like the king and the queen, okay? They're the least valuable. Now, have you ever heard of this used as a pawn? Used as a pawn. So if this woman is being used as a pawn, that means she is being manipulated somehow. Someone is trying to manipulate or control her or use her in some way. Okay, so it's not nice to be used as a pawn. A pawn, if you're a pawn, that means you're sort of helpless. You're helpless. Someone is controlling you, okay? Like when you play chess, there are two people playing chess, right? And the people move the pawns, they move all the pieces, okay? The pawns, well, the pawns are innocent, okay? If you move a pawn and the pawn gets eaten, well, the pawn can't do anything about it because you are controlling them, right? So when you are being used as a pawn, you're helpless. Someone is controlling you and you can't do anything about it. Okay, for example, ISIS used civilians as pawns to avoid large-scale bombing. Okay, you know ISIS? ISIS, the bad guys in the Middle East, okay? They used civilians. Civilians means normal people, innocent people, as pawns to avoid large-scale bombing. Large scale means big. Okay, when you're bombing a big area. Okay, so look at these guys here. They are all fighters with ISIS. Okay, so this is actually pretty easy to deal with. We just bomb them, right? Just send a bomb, and they all die. Great job, right? It's easy. But now look at this. There are some women here, some kids here. There's some civilians. These ISIS people, they're not stupid. They know how to protect themselves from large-scale bombing. So they use these innocent people as pawns. Pawns. These people are expendable. Expendable means no value. The ISIS people, they're not worried about the innocent people, the women and the children, and they don't care about them, right? Those people are expendable. That's why they're hiding behind them. And that's called human shield, a human shield. So very often you'll see this term in the news. Terrorists like to use innocent people as human shields. A shield is something you use to protect yourself in battle, right? Like in the olden days, people would have like a sword and a helmet and a shield, right? To block the other person's sword. So human shields, unfortunately, this happens a lot in the world, like in Syria, Iraq, other parts of the world. Innocent people just get treated like they're expendable. Expendable. They're no value. Their only value is to be a human shield. Okay, and that is terrible. So ISIS used civilians as pawns in the war. Pawns in the war. Okay, so then those innocent people can say, we became pawns in a war we didn't want. We're just pawns. We're just being used as pawns, and we don't want this war. It's this leader against this leader. They're fighting, and we are just pawns. Okay, most of history is like that. Most of the conflicts, the battles, the wars in history are actually between two powers, and the innocent people get used. The innocent people die. Okay, there's another term called collateral damage. Collateral damage. In any war, there is collateral damage. That means innocent people get killed, unfortunately. Okay, so that's what that means. Now here's another example. Okay, he just used me as a pawn to make his ex jealous. Okay, so I don't want you to think this word pawn only has to do with war, ISIS, human shields. Okay, it doesn't mean, it has a large meaning. Anytime you're being used or manipulated, okay, you can use this. Used as a pawn, okay? So there's a guy, let's say, a guy and a girl. The girl dumps him. Okay, he says, I don't like you anymore. I don't want to be your girlfriend. And he is a bit heartbroken. His pride is wounded, and he wants to make his ex jealous. So he starts flirting with another girl, and he asks her out, but it's just to get his ex's attention, to make her jealous. Okay, then this girl could say, he just used me as a pawn to make his ex jealous. Okay, so really, he didn't love her. He doesn't even like her. He's just using her as a pawn. He's manipulating her. He's using her for some personal gain. Okay, so she feels like a pawn. Maybe afterwards she realizes, I was so stupid to go on a date with that guy. He was just using me as a pawn to make his ex jealous. Okay, so that's what pawn means. I want to know, have you ever felt like a pawn? Have you ever felt like a pawn, like a helpless little pawn, and someone is controlling you? Maybe your government, or maybe your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. I don't know. Let me know down there in the comments, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.